Lake Healthcare for a lot of years. We feel like at this time in history that we're on a runaway freight train headed for a major wreck right now with healthcare. Everything we do, everything we negotiate, everything we try to get for our members is all based on healthcare these days. And so we joined up with Jaw for Justice here in Utah in hopes of helping turn this train around and avoiding this crash we're headed for. And like I said, once again, the Boilermakers and Jaw for Justice are proud to have these guys here. We're mad as hell too. And with that, I'll introduce us to Lowell.
Clark.
And he'll
Clark.
Clark.
I'm sorry. I almost got it. Thank you. Hi, I'm Clark Newhall. I'm a doc here in Salt Lake. I'm going to introduce these guys to you. Paul's a friend of mine and finally met him today for the first time. So let's start with a joke, okay? What kind of health care, what kind of national health plan do we have in the U.S.? No, we have our health plan, our national health plan. Don't get sick! What's the Republican health plan, do you know?
Make money on sickness.
Well, that's a pretty good one, but no, it's better than that. Sit up straight and eat your vegetables. And what's the Democratic health plan that we just heard about from Mr. Obama? It's a Band-Aid clinging to the edge of a gaping, stinking, festering wound.
It's a first step.
Microphone. It's a Band-Aid. All right, now, what happened the other day with Obama's speech made me feel like this. And I think if Ted Kennedy in 1978 knew what had happened, he would have felt like this too. Because he told us that health care is a right. And we are not going to have single-payer health care, universal health care, Medicare for all in this country until every one of us understands that health care is a right. We have a right and we have an obligation to pay for the health care for every other person in America. That's what we have to understand. Everybody in, nobody out. Medicare for all. Nurses have a moral obligation to take care of patients. And they get mad as hell because they can't under the current system. And doctors have a moral obligation to take care of patients. And these mad as hell doctors are here because they can't take care of everyone that needs care. And we have, as citizens, a moral obligation to take care of our fellow citizens. Everybody in, nobody out. That's what America's all about. Here, everybody in, nobody out. That's what America's all about. Again, everybody in, nobody out. That's what America's all about. Okay, Man's Health Doctors, thank you. Thank you, Paul. And I'll get out of your way. You're going to join us, right? You're going to join us at the table? Am I going to join you? Okay, please.
All right. That's a tough act to follow. That was quite impressive. My name is Adam Klugman, and I am the National Creative Director for the Madison Health Doctors Campaign, which means that this crazy idea came out of my head, and in some impossible network of things, I hooked up with 6 or 7 doctors who also thought it was a good idea. And that's the really crazy part. And about 2 months ago, we put this thing together and had hit the road about 4 or 5 days ago, and it's going extremely well. And we're really happy to be here. We're glad and very pleased to be hosted by you guys here in this beautiful city. One of the things that's really exciting about it is you have Boilermakers and Jaw for Justice and Healthcare Now and all these organizations that have been working separately for single payer are starting to come together around supporting this campaign. And we think that's one of the most exciting things about it. So before we get started, I want to show a clip. Can we kill the lights, please? How many people here have seen the movie Network?
Go.
Okay. How many people here have seen the movie Network in the last 5 years? Okay. Well, we're going to roll a clip, and this clip will explain the genesis of this campaign. Go ahead, Molotov.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street. There's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe. Our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it up, get up, get up. I'm as mad as hell.
I'm not gonna take it anymore.
Let's try this in an organized way. This gets really, really fun. Okay, I'm going to count it out. We're going to do it all the way through. The language is I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore, okay? Let's do it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Maybe mad as heck. I don't know. I think we can do better. Let's try thinking about Max Baucus. Does that help anybody? So let's how about Orrin Hatch? Okay, how about Orrin Hatch? Here we go. All right. So let's make sure they both hear us from wherever they are from here. You guys ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's sit down. Thank you very much. Great job. Okay, so what are we mad about? I think that what we're going to hear from all the docs in a minute is why they're individually mad. But the one thing that I think that we're all can agree on that we are mad about, mad as hell about, is that it seemed to us that the Obama administration and Congress and Senate came in and said, oh, single payer is not an option. And then suddenly, it just wasn't being discussed. And that's really the genesis of the campaign. I heard about some doctors who were mad as hell because we weren't even having the discussion in this country about single payer. Forget whether you think it's right or wrong, we deserve to discuss it. And I think that's what makes us all really angry. And now, my final word about anger. And we like to talk about anger versus rage. We feel here at the Mad as Hell Doctors that anger is a normal human emotion and an appropriate response to what's going on in Congress around healthcare. We feel that this anger channeled properly could move the world, or we wouldn't be here. We make a distinction between anger and rage. And the difference is very important to us because we feel that rage, the object of rage, is always to destroy. It's always to squelch. It's always to shut down. And that is not what this campaign is about. We believe that democracy is about making sure that everyone gets heard, not about shutting anybody down. So, if you disagree with us, you're welcome here. In fact, you're so welcome here that later in the show, we're going to do something that we call the Mad as Hell Minute, which means that anybody in this room is able to get up in front of the microphone, in front of the camera. The image will be projected on the screen, and for 60 seconds, they get to speak in an uninterrupted way about what they're mad as hell about. And what's very important is that it's an exercise in 2 things. It's an exercise in getting them